Hello, it is I, Crayfish Gaming, the owner of this railroad. So, you're probably wondering why you should join this. Well, we shall hear from one of our answers from my co-owner, Poison Rap. Would you like to speak?
No.
Hello, Rap. Okay, if you do not want to speak, we shall discuss some things. Are you ready, Rap?
Alright, I will speak. See how strict our staff is here? We are strict, and we are ready to fire people who are being disrespectful, like how I was to my boss.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. And you can
This is one of the reasons why you should join.
Judge it, and if you do bad, you can see what happens in Ram's eyes. I poured salt on them. And
He did too.
Not end well in the end.
I did not.
And as you can see, we have a surprise in the back of our shed. But we have no idea what it could possibly be. Ram, do you have a hint?
I do. And it's something that you haul.
What's that?
I think I hear a bell.
Hey, what? It appears that one of our engines is here. And it's missing a coach. But anyway, as you can see, it transports... Go ahead.
Meet our steam train and our steam driver, which is Scruffy. Scruffy, would you like to say anything? Apparently not. But anyway, this is one of our steam engines that we recently got. These are our coaches that we use to haul passengers whenever we feel like it, which is practically every day. And also every day we also haul freight cars.
Which we shall do almost all day, every day. But even a boss has his schedule. Isn't that right, Ram? Sometimes I have school. That sucks.
Sometimes I have school too. But guess what?
All of you
I come home. I come home and thinking about me hauling a load. Every stinking day. Of coal, any tankers, and boxcars. Would you like to say anything, Crayfish?
I would like to say before you get on this here steam train, that was also sponsored by the great Scruff McGruff. Now, before we get on this train, I have a few rules for you. First of all, you gotta keep your arms, legs, feet, and everything else inside the train at all times. And don't throw anything out the window like cups, diapers, mother-in-laws, little sisters.
Alright, boss, I'm gonna get on the train.
And by the way, you should not throw ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends.
Aww. Dang it.
Well, we only have one person die this year. That sounds about normal. Alright, let's get in. I suggest you to do the honors first, Ram. I would like to see how you do. Sit in the microphone booth, please. Ram. As you can see, this is the steam train. This is the area where we talk onto our mic about our passengers. Now, as we move, please remain inside the train with all feet, legs, and arms inside the train. And all. And the bell. Now, if you look to your left, you can see the Rockport Station, where one of our great passenger trains and Amtraks come here throughout the season. And over to your left and to your right, you can see one of our warehouses where we probably store or build trains at night, depending on the prop limit. If they get too high over the prop limit, well, it won't be easy. Now, as you can see, as we come up on crossing, I want everyone to wave at the people by the lava fall. And also by one of our bridges that does not lift. But ahead, as you can see, one of our bridges are drawbridges, and one of our boats run. As you can see, I would not suggest you touch that lava. And if you do, well, don't expect to go home and do anything with your arms. But as you can see, now if you look to your left, you can see one of our, look to your left and to your right, you can see one of our coal mines, and you can see a station and our rock fort yard. This is where we keep most of the freight trains, passenger trains if needed in case under construction. Now, as we continue up this here hill, you can probably see a sight that you will not believe, but wouldn't be surprising in one of these here caves. There are beautiful crystals hanging from all directions, and you have to get at least the Rockport's admission before mining them and taking back up for metal.
And by the way, that one shed back there, that's where we keep our coaches. Under tarps as well.
And as you can see, as we come up on the left, you will probably see one of the sites that are not surprising. Trees. They are green for now. But it's winter, so guys, mod makes no sense, so just go with it. But anyway, as we come up on the left, you will see one of our rail sheds we use to keep our trains at night. And then as we come on the right, you will see one of our famous drawbridges. The boat normally goes by there, takes a couple minutes for it to go up, and then the boat passes and it goes down. All that.
And we don't know when. We do not know when it will be up, but all we know is that when it will be up, when it's up, better put on your brakes. Take it from here.
Alright. Now, as you can see, as we come up on this here crossing, you can see the giant weights of our giant drawbridge. If you look above, and to your left, you can see another angle of Rockport Station. As we cross this bridge, you can see to your left one of our boats that run all day, every day, delivering supplies. And you can also see one of our Rockport stations, which is the one we probably just left a few minutes ago. Now, cover up your noses. The sweet! Oh, mercy! We're coming into a tunnel. Don't that smell as sweet as fried bacon on a Sunday morning at the farm? That smelled so sweet. We was thinking of bottling it up and selling it as a fancy perfume. We was gonna call it Tunnel Number 5. But as you can see in this here Rockport, and as we come up on this bridge, we may come up with some more surprises and more tunnels. Over to your left and your right, you can see one of our signs that change in case the train has to stop and exchange tracks. And over to your right, we'll be coming up on a small town. This is where we go, and if there are any people out there, wave to them. They like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this train that's hauling the coaches is a star. It's an international star. No matter what anyone says, it's a star to this railroad. This train has pulled 14 cars with no struggle at all.
This here steam train was built way back in 1897. The whole sugar cane on a Louisiana sugar plantation. where she worked tirelessly until 1948. Now, y'all folks, cover up your noses again. We're coming into another tunnel. Make sure you hear the engineer ring that bell in there, because that lets all the hobos know and everyone inside there to get out of the way. As you can see, when you come to our right, you can see a sight that may surprise you. You may hear a waterfall, as you can see, because there is a fall on the other side of this tunnel. We don't know what its name is yet, so we have to discover it in the near future. Now, as we come up the left side of this big turn, you can see this is one of our main Rockport bridges that basically connects between any other bridge and helps get the supplies done. If we did not have bridges and other stuff, not have real. Now, as you can hear again when we come up on our left or back there, you can hear our waterfall again, which tells when we get more above ground. You will probably get a good view of it and nice and just to take pictures. And what is your question, sir? It appears that does the saddle tank also pull these cars? Well, depending on the strength and how many coaches, I'd say so. And as you can see on the left, we will be coming up on one of our stations. So as we approach this station, each one of you has a choice to make. You can either stay on or you can get off, but you can't do both. And you can't do neither either. So best we make it up your mind pretty soon. If you decide to get off here, remember, you can either build trains, idle, hopefully not lag the server, and other random stuff. But if you stay on, you can continue with us and continue back to the Wolfram Yard. Now please, remain seated until this train comes to a complete stop and you hear one short whistle from the engineer. Hold on, wait a second. Now, what are y'all waiting for? This here train can't move any slower. All aboard! And away we go. Next stop, the Wolfram Yard in the main section of the map.
Dispatch, this is your engineer of the Misty River Railway, number 17, saddle tank pulling the staff coaches. We are now heading to Wolfram for our final destination.
10-4. Now, if you look to your right and to your left, you can see the road that connects to one of our neighborhoods. Nobody really lives down there because we never have enough population. as we come into this here tunnel, I want everyone to yell at the top of their lungs. I'd like to do a little competition versus the cars. But as you can see, if you all look to your right, you can see the famous River Gorge. This is probably where one of our most famous Blue Arrow vehicles fell down here to pick up a broken SD-40. It's the legendary train that can be on for miles and never had a single breakdown in this. And we've saw it run ever since 2013. And around that area on your left and your right, you can see plenty of crystals where there's a lot of mining, but you gotta have the server name's permission. As you can see, people apparently, I don't know if they legally or illegally build houses on the side of cliff sides. I suggest it would be the safe thing, but at least you can get a relaxing view of the river below. Well, we are coming into, as we come into this tunnel, I want everyone to put their hands in the air and scream. I like to do a little competition versus the cars. Let's hear it for car number 1. Car number 2. Well, my ears aren't damaged, folks. Well, I wouldn't probably go 10. As you can see, we have many rivers and wildlife down in this place. Yeah, it's that was super. Well, we're about to come, after this tunnel, we are about to come up on a little village, which will have some old cars and hoppers. If you happen to drive down here in this yard for a little bit, you will happen to see one of our very old freight cars. And they're hoppers, and they're located to the right past this crossing. As we coming up on crossing, hopefully you guys can take a look to your right and see one of the old hoppers shut down and also in their place. Railroad decided that they were too old and too useless because depending on Magnum's technology on the server, then we decided to use these trains instead. Also, this is me to the engineer. I suggest you slow down. May you please come to a stop, engineer?
Alright, we are doing an emergency stop.
We have to do some of these emergency stop in case ever for one of the trains to derail. After all, this is pretty sticky, folks, and for everyone to remain seated until the derailment is stopped. As you can see in one of these emergencies, you sometimes have to deal with bogey derailments, like this one right here. But depending on how, but if it's something like this, it could be easily solved. Now, as you can see, we can continue, as soon as the engineer gets back in his little cab, we can get right on moving.
Just gonna do a safety check on all the wheels, make sure nothing ever happens again.
Alright, hopefully this here train will go along in a little bit. And also, don't be that crazy drunk driver in the background. You never know when you could probably accidentally run across crossing and then end up not beating the train in a race. I suggest you never do it, but hey, it's your thing. And as we continue our route on the right into this very long turn, apparently as you can see on the other side of that cave there, you can probably, if you have a long train, you can see your other set of cars in case of emergency derailments. And I wonder where my assistant tour guide Ram went. Hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. And as you can see on your right, you can try. Cover up your noses and scream! As you can see on the right, you can see one of our greatest waterfalls. If you want, you can, I'll take a picture, but we have to in case the train comes to a stop. It does sound beautiful, doesn't it? As you can see, as we come around this left corner, you can see one of our bridges, which may contain water. I would not suggest swimming in it because you may never know what could be in it. All kinds of chemicals could be swimming in that. It may be a fun flume, but this ain't the log flume. As we come up on this tunnel, you can hear one of our great waterfalls again. You will probably get a picture of it. And as we come up on one of our stations, I want you to sit down, hold up, wait a minute, 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 wait for the whistle, 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 wait for the whistle. Hold on, sit down, hold up, wait a minute, sit down, hold up, wait a minute. Wait for the whistle, wait for the whistle. Alright, you are clear to exit.
All aboard!
Watch out for that Jeep right there, by the way. All aboard! And away we go. Next stop, the Wolfram Yard in the main section of the map. Now, as we continue up to this crossing here, I want everyone to wave on either side of the train, because you never know, they might be. And as we continue across this crossing, you can see the children. Well, wave hi to them. Who knows, we may be back in a day or two. But anyway, as we continue across here, we may go into the smelly old train tunnel. Actually, we're just going to continue up to the left, because if we go down to the right, it will lead somewhere where we're not going to be. And as we go up here to the left, you can see another one of our neighborhoods. Who knows, that could be someone's mom's house. Hi, Mom. And as you can see, when we come up on this corner, this place was a little reconstructed. They already added the fence, but as you can see, they added a lot more lights, crystallization, and a smoother rail. As you can see, we are not far from our destination. After we come across those few train tunnels, we will be safe above ground. And this does not mean we won't survive, but as you can see, if you reach under your desk, you will find a flotation device. Oh wait, that's another job. But anyway, as we continue to the left, hey guys, if you do not think this is fast, look behind you. We're leaving tracks. But as you can see, but now if you look to your right, you can see one of our biggest crystals. They are not made to mine, that is why there is a fence around them. And if you do, you will be arrested for trespassing. And this is one of our natural parks where you can see, if you go down to one of our picnic areas, we will have a free lunch provided. Let's hope Yogi Bear or no one else isn't here. As we come up on this station up here, which is one of our hill to one of our main stations, the engineer up there either has a choice to make. We can either continue down there, or we can either stay here, back up to this station, or we can either do something else and go back to... We are going to go to the gulch at the top, hopefully, because that is how we will get to Wolfram faster. And as you can see on your right, if you look quickly, you can see one of our waterfalls. Waterfalls that are amazing, that have lasted forever, so you can take a picture of them. As we are in the gulch, as we come up on crossing, when you look to your left and your right, you can see one of our yards. As you can see, when we come up on crossing, you can see the right, which leads down to our tunnels, where you can either mine, hopefully in that waterfall, or hopefully not die in that lava I told you about. But as you can see back there, if you did not catch that correctly, that was a Ghost Town Saloon. Now, when you did there, I thought my skeleton crew was still on the roof. They were planning to jump, and they wouldn't do it. They don't got the guts. But anyway, as we come across this... As we go to our left, you will see a little bit. You can see one of our main yards again, and a station for those freight or passengers. But as you can see, this server mostly runs freight, so I see passenger trains rarely unless they're Amtrak, not old steam trains. But if the engineer stops to reset the switch, it's okay. We are not going down. We are going to the left, and then we will continue uphill. So you can see this beautiful waterfall. Questions at the end of the tour? As you can see, over 30 stories tall. Well, this is one of the largest land-based radio towers, which are used to contact dispatch in one of our trains if anything is down in repair or needs to be fixed or derailed. As we come across this left hill bank, you can see a sight that you will not believe. We have fixed up the hill a little. There is no crossing there, but there is a waterfall that we will pass, and you can take pictures if you want.
I'll be slowing down a little bit just so you can get a nice picture.
Now this here engineer is going to slow down so you can get a fine picture of this waterfall. And yes, the waterfall is hot with 18,000 degrees of boiling water, which comes out of a geyser nearby. I suggest you don't touch it. I say remain in the train. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that a sight to watch? As you can see, as the roaring waterfall comes up to our ears, hopefully you can hear me. But as we continue our descent down for the rails, you can hear me better because the waterfall is quieted down. this is going to be another one of our working sheds on the left, which you can see. This is where we also store one of our trains at night. And when we come up on this tunnel in a little bit, I want everyone to put their hands in the air and scream. Another competition versus the cars, which I am entertained by. Now, let's hear from coach number 1. And the engineer has to ring his bell and blow his whistle to get the hobos out. Now, can I hear a scream from coach 1? Car number 2. Anything in car number 2? Well, I definitely wouldn't go 10 because you did good, but I gotta say you did good. But anyway, as we continue up the left, we are getting close to Wolfram, and let's hope you guys get some good sightseeings of this round hill. They say it does look pretty cool, so I will give you guys a moment to get some pictures. As you look to your right or to your left, you can see the top of Wolfram. And if you look to your right, as we come around this long right curve, you can see a pretty good view of our gulch. As you can see, as we come up this hill a little bit, you can see a sight that you won't believe. We have a little bit of a highway over at Wolfram Yard. It is not that useful because you can only go on the top bridge if you want to observe trains. And to your left, you can see a SWAT patrol car and some trains. It looks like they rolled them over again. As you can see, our crossing was removed and replaced with some other stuff because we were low on money and we had a budget, so we decided to sell it for extra. But as we come up on this bridge, we are going to pass over the waterfall. So if you want to go slow again, you are allowed to take pictures. Ain't that amazing? But as we come up on this station in the backwoods, each and every one of you has a choice to make. You can either stay on or get off, but you can't do both. And you can't do neither either. So make up that mind pretty soon. I gotta say, out of all you guys today on this train, I've had a lot of people, but you guys are the most recent. But anyway, as we come up on the station, everyone needs to wait in their seat until they hear one short whistle from the engineer. Hold on. Also, you might want to get back, engineer, you might want to get back here because that same bogey derailed again. Might want to watch out for that.
Might have to order some new bogies. Looks like the wheels are starting to run.
That's true. But as we pull into the station, I want everyone to wait in their seat until the train has come to a complete stop, and you hear one short whistle from the engineer up ahead. As you can see, as you look to your right, you can wave at that steamer who's just sitting lonely over there. Why don't we give him some help and wave?
This is your conductor speaking. We're going to be stopping at the station for a little while to pick up some coal and water.
As you can see, this train runs 2,000 gallons an hour. And as we pull up for our water tank, if he passes the line, he will have to back up. We have to go under the water tower and fill up our water tank. Yep, and if he passes the red mark, he'll have to back up, so keep your seats. Hold on. What just happened? Did this mean to happen? And away we go. Next stop, the Wolfram Yard on the other side of the map. Now, as we pass this here station, you can see our water tower that we just filled up on water, which was from a previous station earlier. Now, if you look to your right, you'll see one of our neighbors and their houses. Not many residents are here, so we just keep them idle and hopefully put them up for decoration. And also, if you think we are going fast, look behind you. We're leaving tracks. But as you can see over to your right, you can see the overhead view of the gulch. It is pretty, and if you look to your right or to your left, you can see the trees. They're green for now, or maybe permanent. Who knows? Gary's Mod will fix them one day. But as we come up on this yard here, as we come up on this part, you will look to your right and you will see the Wolfram Yard. This is where we mostly keep freight trains, and there's a passenger train over to the left. As we make this, now if you look to your right, you can see one of our main sheds where we keep most of the trains at night, including a roundhouse, including a build shed. This can hold a lot of trains, but in case the lag intensifies, we have to delete some of them. As we approach this station, each and every one of you has a choice to make. You can either stay on, get off, or you can't do both and you can't do neither either. But this is the end of the line, so we hope you enjoy your ride on this here train. Our next stop will be heading down to Rockport in the bottom section of the map. If you're not continuing around with us, please exit to your right. Have a good day on Western Train Build servers. Now wait until the train stops and you hear that whistle from the NG. Hold on, wait.